Welcome back, everybody, to Journey into the Light. I'm your host, Michael Long. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Remember, our show is on every night at 8 p.m. Central Time. Let me go quickly here to my switchboard, and let's bring in my next guest calling from, I believe, the UK, and let's bring in Chris Page and Frankie Craig. Let me get the lineup here first, and we will be set to go. Okay, looks like we got you on. Frankie and Chris, are you there?
Hi.
Hello.
Hello, welcome to Journey in the Light. Thanks for being here.
Oh, thanks for having us on.
Okay, well, great. Can you guys tell us a little bit about yourself and what the kind of work you do and everything? I don't know if you want to kind of take turns. I guess that'd be best.
Yeah, okay, well, I'll let Chris go first.
Oh, that's very kind. Hi, Mike. Yeah, I mean, our main area that we have been concentrating for quite some time now is been psychic art, and it's many facets that has developed over the years from starting from doing mediumistic and psychic readings, and for me, it started with some channeling work, a good 4 or 5 years ago, maybe a bit longer, and I started then, and I'll talk about the channeling work a little later, but very briefly, that went into doing work with our spiritual group, where I was doing psychic drawing work and psychic writings and evidence work within our medium group, and producing good fruit, and decided to explore that even further. Frankie got involved, and it all of a sudden developed that we decided to launch our work. The trouble is everything that we do is so visual. We're talking on the radio here about pictures. So we decided to actually use the power of the internet and a website to get some galleries up there to show people what we're doing and giving some explanation behind them as well. We also opened it up initially to get the site populated by offering some free psychic art readings, and all of a sudden the site just went mad, really. As you can imagine, people were very, very tempted to have a psychic reading, and we were doing these all remotely. That was actually a really good test for us as to our psychic skills, really. And the readings that were being done, they were being posted up for everybody to comment on, and the feedback was incredible. We were sort of really hitting the spot. Virtually on every one. Because we were on the internet, we were doing readings to people internationally here in the UK. We were working all over the UK and Europe, but some in America and right down to Australia, South Africa, and from that, the whole thing sort of blossomed into sort of new beginnings for us all. For me, if I just briefly talk about what I'm doing, obviously what you see on the website is only the pictures of what's been done, but working a lot on spiritual mediumistic work in the background, doing workshops, either going to workshops or having workshops of our own, and doing a lot of sitting for trance and mediumistic work and developing our skills. And you can see everything that's been produced over the last few years on the site. I'll pass you over to Frankie, and she can talk a little bit more maybe about some of the free reading work that had been done, and the type of artwork that she's doing. I'll talk a little bit later about channeling and trance art, if I may.
Okay, great.
Hey there. So from my perspective, everything that Chris has said is true. We set up the website. We offered free readings to get a gust of interest, which certainly happened, and you'll be able to see all the member readings in our art gallery section on the website. You just click on the members' readings. You can see all the different bits of artwork that's been produced. Basically, I work in everybody kind of works in a different way when it comes to art, and I feel that my way is just, I go with that initial feeling of a colour. I really do encourage everybody to have a go of it, and just try and get a colour in your mind and just put it on the paper and see where it takes you, rather than having a plan of what you want to do. You just kind of follow your feelings and your hand, and then if you're doing it for somebody, then you can look into the picture. A lot of the times they just create themselves. You think that you've done a drawing, but then you kind of look in the background, you look a lot deeper into it, and you can see all kinds of other things coming out at you that you didn't actually draw yourself in there. And that's another thing that I encourage people to do, is sit and have a look at the pictures, let your mind relax, even go into some sort of meditation with them, and allow them to talk to you, because they all are very high energy pictures. They all kind of vibrate and move at you, and if you can be patient enough to be still with them, you will be rewarded with what's in there. There's just an awful lot of different ways to do psychic art, and there's lots of different ways of interpreting.
If I can actually just come in there, I mean, as Frankie said, there's lots of different ways and different levels. One area where you'll see it on the website as my mediumistic sketchbook, and these are literally freehand sketches. They've all been done directly with people. A number of these have been done in classes or workshops directly for other mediums. It's one thing that we always find, that other mediums are the ones that don't really get the readings. So you are they're always keen to be the sitter. And in these sketchbooks, they're mostly portraits of personalities that are in the spirit world that a person would be able to relate to. Now, in terms of a method, every one that I start with my opposite hand that I would normally draw with. So I'm a right-hander, so I'd start with my left hand. Probably wouldn't even look at the paper. I've already sort of tuned in, and I may have decided already the direction I want to go in terms of what coloured background I want to use, what first charcoal colour I want to use, and just let my non-dominant hand start virtually scribbling, and then from that, once that's down, I will actually go into it, and all of a sudden these sort of portraits start to emerge.